Raphael Esparza of MyBookie.ag, always making it what he wants. Esparza, welcome in. How are you?
Pretty good. The only genius thing that Subway has done is that foot-long churro. That's brilliant.
No, it is. It is. It is. Do you like Subway?
I can't say no. I mean, you just pitched a good ad. I'm a Jimmy John's type of person.
Jimmy John's is good. There's no doubt. It's really, really good. Maybe you ought to do that. Maybe you ought to do like a sandwich bracket.
Oh, that's something. From the West Coast in Las Vegas, there's a sandwich place called Capriati's. The best place to go.
Bar none. You put it up against anything.
Yes, bar none.
All right. As we put a bow kind of on college basketball, were you surprised UConn walked off and left Purdue the other night the way they did?
Not really. I mean, they blew out everyone. I think it was one of the world's worst national championship games I've seen in a very, very long time. I mean, I felt bad for Edey. I mean, he just had no one around him could hit a shot. The guards looked tentative, didn't want to shoot any threes. It was just a bad basketball. But I'm kind of glad because I stopped watching in the second half. I got to clean up some of my stuff on a DVR that's been on there since the DVR was invented. So I was kind of glad at that, but very disappointed. I thought the women's national championship game was like 10 times better than that one.
Do you foresee with the numbers in women's basketball, is it, exceeded and dwarfed the men's game? Is this just a blip on the radar, or can women's basketball maintain this? I mean, you got to have players, you got to have superstars. They had them this year.
They can. I mean, South Carolina was still dominant, and if women's NCAA was smart, they need to put all their eggs in Paige buckets over in UConn. She's going to be back there, so I'm hoping they're listening to the show because I know they're big fans of your show. That's what they need to do tomorrow, next year. Just put all your money on Paige buckets. UConn's going to be good. They're going to be healthier. They got some college transfers coming into their program as well. So they got two good storylines. They'll have South Carolina. Can they go perfect again? They'll have UConn. And you figure LSU will retool up. And some really, really good players in the transfer portal for women.
Raphael Esparza of MyBookie.ag. Get in and play today. Thursday edition of the program, streaming on the Zone1059.com. All right, John Calipari to Arkansas. Is that going to be more in line with Pitino making a switch one team to the other one as a championship, or is he going to Jimbo Fisher this thing like he did at Texas A&M?
It all depends on the first year. I mean, if he can get some players on it, but I think his style of basketball is no longer existent. I mean, the one and dones are rarer than they were when he first started doing it. I know he's got Walmart money in Arkansas, so he's going to be able to do a lot of stuff, but it's going to be very interesting to see what he does in Arkansas. I'm still blown away that Kentucky has not focused on one person and all that. I still think it's Billy Donovan. I think once the bowl season is over, I think the longer Kentucky waits on announcing something, the more it's going to be a big name. It's not going to be anyone else. I think it's going to be a big name that they choose.
All right, let's shift gears. Masters Week, off to a start today, a little late start over there in Augusta. Everybody wants to see Tiger Magic. He's, at least when I checked in earlier, he was playing, under the number right now. But who do you like this week? Can he make a run? Does he have one more in him? Everybody's wanting one run.
I did bet that he would make the cut. It was plus money, but now that he's probably not going to finish the round, so I have to go early tomorrow and then go again. Can that body do that? There's gusty winds right now. There's going to be even bigger winds tomorrow. I know, so that's probably going in there. I'm hoping Scotty Scheffler wins, not because I'm a fan of him, because we should be talking more about him. He was plus 250, 3-1, around that area to win it all. That's Tiger Woods' price when he was at his prime. So I'm hoping he wins it, because we need to talk about Scotty Scheffler more than we are talking about Tiger Woods. No disrespect to Tiger Woods, but hand the trophy. The media needs to hand it off to somebody, not just because Tiger's here. Granted, every sportsbook I talk to, they says that Tiger Woods wins, they get crushed. I mean, he's got, I think, 4 times the money before Brooks Koepka on there. So the books get crushed if Tiger wins. I don't think he's going to win. So I played he's going to make the cut at plus. I think I got plus 105, but I also backed it up that he will withdraw at plus 550. So I backed up on that just because if there's any weather. And I mean, I've had many surgeries as him, so I'm not saying that I don't like him, but I've had many surgeries like he has the body's going to ache if he has to go twice tomorrow.
All right, it is talking season. The NFL draft's coming up here, and just be here before you know it. Tom Brady on a podcast says he'd be open to a comeback. Is this real or not?
No, it's not real. I mean, I can guarantee you the NFL sends emails out to active media members and active players to say something to steal the public, to steal the spotlight from other sports. That he said this because it's Masters Week. Last week we had to hear that NC State guy can play offensive lineman. That's just the NFL stealing the limelight from the Final Four and all that. I don't believe any of this. I believe that the NFL sends secret emails out because they want to be 365-day talk of all the media. So, no, I don't believe that.
You know, they have done a wonderful job keeping the NFL relevant year-round. I mean, you look at the NFL season. They are brilliant, but I'm tired of it. And no, Tom Brady's not going to come back. I do like this theory that you have, though. So you think that purposefully the NFL could be, wink, wink, saying, hey, look, we've got to jump out in front of this one. We got to jump out in front of this one.
Oh, yeah. Bar none. It would not shock me at all. Because you have to think about it. The NFL has a lot of negative in it, so we have to spit it around. No one's talking about with the Kansas City Chiefs guy that could be going to jail for a long time speeding in his Lamborghini. But no, Tom Brady's going to come back. Hey, let's talk about that. This offensive lineman from NC State playing basketball. Let's talk about that. I can guarantee it would not shock me. I think there's probably more of that than everyone think, oh, this game is fixed. This game is fixed. No, I believe the NFL has secret feelers out there to steal the spotlight from other sports.
I like it. I do. All right, if you're drafting, and we'll get more into this as we get closer, one of these top quarterbacks, who are you taking if you had the Bears pick?
If I had the Bears pick, I probably wouldn't take the one that they're going to take. I'm not sold on the LSU guy because he only had one good year, and he reminds me of Richardson last year, a bunch of legs and might get hurt. I mean, granted, I hope he doesn't. Don't get me wrong on that. Man, I'm just not 100% sold on everyone thinks about these quarterbacks. I mean, Drake May, I thought he looks like an NFL quarterback with his big arm. I would take Caleb because if he is the next Patrick Mahomes, like what people say it is, and you miss out on him, you lose careers and jobs if you don't. But I'm hoping for Michael Penix Jr. to have a good season. I know he would be the number one pick if his knees weren't, if he didn't get hurt all those years in Indiana. I'd like the kid. He's left-handed. I'm left-handed. I always cheer for southpaws. I would take Michael Penix Jr. just because of that. And he went to Indiana like my sister did.
All right, what else is going on this weekend?
It's the Masters. I can't believe we talked more football, but UFC 300 is this weekend as well. NBA playoffs start next week. NHL. But it's just a crazy week. I mean, the Masters would probably overshadow everything unless the NFL wants to steal that limelight. But I'll be watching the Masters and UFC 300 as I celebrate my mom's 80th birthday.
Likely a Bill Belichick comeback this weekend, right?
Something like that. Bill Belichick will come back this weekend, or something will happen that the NFL will steal the spotlight from the NFL draft.
MyBookie.ag, find him there, all the social channels as well. Esparza, I appreciate it. We'll do it again next week.
Take it easy. Have a fantastic weekend.